Hey you guys, so we're gonna go over some drum patterns. I know you guys haven't had for the drummers in the class, we haven't had any videos to play alongside, to hear as an example, to make sure that what you're practicing at home, you're practicing it correctly. So I'm recording these videos, that way you have something of reference. Maybe you want to practice on top of this, that's fine. Just to start off of the bat, please make sure you set up your area where you're going to practice, whether you have your drum pad, the rubber pad. Make sure you have your setup set up to where you're sitting on a chair, right? You're sitting up straight and you have the drum pad in front of you and you have your feet, faced almost like at a V angle. That way, it's as realistic as it can feel, as to actually playing with the drum kit. So I don't have a real drum set. I have an electric drum set, but I have it set up the same way as if it were a real drum set. And that way, when I practice, I'm practicing, as if I were playing a real drum set. So let's dive straight into it, guys. Let's go ahead and let's start up the beats per minute. We're going to be playing alongside 115 beats per minute. We're going to review the first pattern, which consists of playing 4 beats like consistently on the ground with our kick pedal. All right, so this is 115 beats per minute. All right, so let's dive straight into it, guys. Let's make sure that we have our BPM, our metronome on. We're going to be playing alongside 115 beats per minute. With our kick pedal, we're going to be playing every single beat we hear, we're going to be playing on top of that. So as an example, let's listen to 115. So as an example, let's listen to that. That's what we're going to be doing with our kick pedal on the floor, right? If you don't have a kick pedal. And with our hands, we're going to be rotating in between our right hand and our left hand. We're going to be playing 4 beats with our right hand, and then right after that, we're going to go to 4 beats with our left hand. So our snare hands should sound like this on top of 115. It should sound like this. All right. So let's put those 2 patterns together. 4 beats on the ground with our kick pedal, and then that rotation with our hands. So 4 with our right and then 4 with our left on top of our kick pedal. So let's try that. It's going to sound like this. All right, good. So my kick pedal moves a little bit, that's okay. Let's try that again. That way you guys can have a point of reference, and if you want to practice on top of this, you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... Perfect. Awesome. All right, let's go to our next practice pattern. So our next practice pattern is going to be a little bit easier. We're going to be playing 4 beats on the ground consistently, and with our right hand, with both of our hands, we're going to be playing all together. This is the first pattern we ever practice on the drums, right? Everything at the same time. And what we're supposed to get is we're supposed to sound like we're just hitting the snare with one stick, but we're really hitting it with both. All right, let's try that. All the practice patterns we're practicing are on top of 115. So 115 beats per minute. It sounds like this. All right, good. So as tedious or as boring as that seems, we need to make time to practice that, because if we can't play stable, as drummers, we drive songs, we drive the whole service, and we need to have stability, consistency, and confidence every time we hit. every time we, play with the kick pedal, there has to be confidence behind every hit that we're making. If not, it's going to sound inconsistent. It's going to sound sloppy, and we don't want that. We want consistency, stability, and confidence, right? So over 115 beats per minute. Awesome. All right. Let's do one more pattern. That way you have something to practice. It's going to consist of just those three things: kick pedal and your right and left hand. So what you're going to be doing is you're on top of 115 beats per minute, right? You're going to do that same beat with your right hand. So your right hand and your kick pedal, your right leg is going to be playing the exact same thing. One beat on top of 115 beats per minute. It's going to sound like this. All right. So out of every 4 beats that you're going to be playing with your right hand and your right leg, on every second and fourth beat, you're gonna hit your left. You're gonna use your left hand to hit the snare. So it'll be, again, right hand, right leg together, 4 beats, right? 115 beats per minute. It'll sound like this. Put this on so I can hear the metronome well. Now remember, left hand is gonna go over every second and fourth beat. Something like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on every 2 and 4, our left hand's going to be playing on the snare. Let's do that again so we can hear it. So right hand and right leg, just 4 beats, right? On top of 115. 1, 2, 3, and... Very good. Awesome, you guys. So it's a short video. It's just going over those patterns that we've been practicing on top of already. I hope it made sense. If it doesn't make sense, that's okay. Make sure to write down notes and ask questions. That way, if something didn't make sense to you, you can ask me in person when we meet up at the church. That's all. Again, I just wanted to make a quick video just going over the patterns that we've been practicing on the drums. Remember, set up your station, set up straight. Make sure you set yourself up with your legs as a V. Put your pad, your rubber pad, if that's what you're practicing with, and make sure to be practicing both those beats. On top of 115 beats per minute, consistent 4 beats on the ground for both patterns. The first pattern, 4 with your right hand, 4 with your left hand. And the second pattern was everything together. Oh, I'm sorry, we practiced 3 patterns. The first one was rotating, 4 with your right, 4 with your left, with 4 on the ground, right, with your kick pedal. And then the second pattern was everything together, for it to sound like if you just have one drumstick, kick pedal, and both your sticks at the same time. Remember, consistency and confidence, stability. And the third beat was a little bit easier. It's a new beat, but it's 4 on the ground, of course, right? 4 on the ground with your kick pedal. And once we have 4 on the ground, we also did with our right hand doing the exact same beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And in between that, we added our left hand. So on the second and fourth beat, let's see what that sounds like. On the second and fourth beat, we played our left hand. So every 1, 2, 3, 4 with our right hand and our kick pedal at the same time. And then with our left hand only on the second and fourth beat. So that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so practice those 3 patterns, you guys. Again, practice on top of a metronome. I have a metronome in my ear. I have headphones on. I only did that way I know I'm playing on top of the time signature that I'm showing to practice. And that way I know I'm playing consistently on top of something. So that's it for this video, guys. Please jot down notes or be practicing these patterns. That way the next time we meet, we can learn something new and progress.